Oakland Athletics owner Charles Oscar Finley was very bold. They won 3 consecutive World Series championships while wearing green and gold. For the A's front office, Charlie's cousin Carl effectively performed many roles. Therefore, they reached their goals. Carl's your dad.
Yes.
What did you find? Would you tell us about some of the roles that he did for the A's?
He did. He would be GM, but we didn't like that title. He was VP. He was head of PR. He was head of tickets. A lot of times the reporters would come up with a title for him. Oh, you're PR, right? Yeah. So that's how it would happen. The exception was when he was asked if he was Charlie's son. Not good. And but yes, he did. Oh, media, communications. Dad sat in the press box. Inventory, lighting. I mean, I was once told that the day started at 8 a.m. in Carl Finley's office. And Dad also arranged the clubhouse. Oh, Dad signed off on the roster for home games every day by 5. I remember people running to find him for his signature, and it was always between 4:30 and 5. Travel. The players would ask Dad if he could okay any kind of expense, or can you ask Charlie for this? Dad always predicted what Charlie would say, and sometimes if he was pushed to ask, it was the same. It was the answer.
Took care of injuries from foul balls.
Oh yes, Dad had a law degree from SMU, Dallas, and he wanted to see people after they'd been hit by balls, not for fun, but for liability. He didn't like it, but he had to see it. Therefore, I could not sit any place in the Coliseum where foul balls were known to go. And Dad had a study done, and there were 4 seats in that stadium where there were never any foul balls. That's where we could sit, or I was in a box. Only time I could sit behind the dugout was when my family was there during championships, because Dad knew someone would stop a ball.
Excellent response. In 2016, author Nancy Finley was very creative and clever, so fans read her book, Finley Ball, How 2 Baseball Outsiders Turned the Oakland A's into a Dynasty and Changed the Game Forever.
Thank you.
So not only...
Without a baseball background.
Yeah.
Without a baseball background, that's a key point.
Yeah,
Dad
Charlie
was a
was
high
an
school
insurance
principal.
salesman.
He was.
Carl was a high school principal. Yeah.
Dad wanted to go in education. His dad pressed him to go to law school. He went to law school and then went back to education. The law school helped because Dad acted as a mediator for Charlie in his owner-player negotiations. But Dad wanted to be in education. So he was on his way to superintendent. He was a Dallas high school principal at age 37 when Charlie talked him into joining the team. It took about 6 months.
Let's keep talking about creativity, because while researching the poem that I wrote about Charles Finley, which includes your dad, your book, the whole Finley family, this stanza is one of my most fascinating ones that I keep thinking about. I'd like to read you the stanza and then ask you a question about it. Charlie created and supported many ideas like mechanical ball rabbits, so he was creative.
Yes.
World Series night games, the designated hitter rule, and interleague play were also innovative. Finley's ball girls concentrated time, and again, a yellow cab was even used to bring in pitchers from the bullpen. Of all those creative ideas, which I'm sure your dad took part in them as well, what did you find the most fascinating? Or what do you think about regarding those creative ideas that I just read in that stanza?
That got through, or that we wanted but didn't get?
That you enjoyed the most, that you got to experience and you still think about?
The mule, the mascot. only because we were thinking of a new mascot, and the governor of Missouri just gave us a mule for our petting zoo. We had
Which was in 1965. Was
Yes.
the research I did with the mascot
Yes.
was
It-
introduced in 1965.
in Kansas City. I always say coming out here was like watching the world Wizard of Oz in reverse, because Kansas City was color. And we had a petting zoo with caged monkeys named after Finley men. I'll be monkey's uncle. That's really what it was. And we had peacocks roaming the ground. So people knew we liked animals. We had sheep above the bleachers, white sheep dyed different colors, grazing. But then Charlie O was given to us, not as a mascot, but just to go up in our petting zoo. And that is when Charlie got the idea that that can be our mascot.